Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the We Play Dota 2 League. Sorry for all the delays. We had a few remakes, but we're finally back into it. It is going to be Team Empire versus Absolute Legends, your second winner's bracket match. This is a best of one. The winner moves on to face Mouse for the right to be first place in the group. First place will be the #1 seed, the winner bracket champion, of course, and they will advance out of the group. Your loser bracket finals will decide who's going to be second place, and coming out of that will only be one other team. Loser bracket champions will be second. The other two teams go home. So winning this first match, crucial to make it for a smooth and easy trip into the next phase. I'm LD, and I'm joined here by Weppus.
Hey, man.
Hi, Weppus.
So, getting into this game, feeling like it should be a bit more even than last game, to be honest. Absolute Legends, quite a strong team. But Empire lately has been quite strong with Vigos as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's got Empire having their full roster this game. Something worth mentioning is that Absolute Legends is using Pusher Street as a stand-in, and we did some detective work because they're always using these sort of mini Smurf names, but it is Miguel who's not playing in, and shout out to you, Weppus, for doing that detective work. But we'll see. I'll start with the first pick. Nyx Assassin. Empire gets the quick response. Lifestealer Darkseer, and Lifestealer particularly good against Nyx Assassin in the laning stage because, well, if Nyx is a support and he's in the tri-lane, Lifestealer can really punish that. So we will see how the lanes develop, but I like this response. The Lifestealer, the Darkseer, two hard to kill heroes that cannot be burst down by Nyx, and also heroes that are very annoying to lane against. Absolute Legends going to respond with a Prophet and a Phantom Lancer. No Kodal, but they're going for it anyway, man.
Yeah, they just want to go for that super late game. But the two picks that Empire got, though, with the Darkseer and the Lifestealer, like you said, is two heroes that they favor quite a lot. Scandal is the one playing the Darkseer most of the times right now. Sometimes he gets to play it mid once in a lifetime or whatever, but usually Vigos plays all the mid heroes. But Scandal almost always on that Darkseer, and then of course they usually like to run aggressive tri-lanes with Blow Your Brain playing that Lifestealer. So they got two heroes they favor quite a bit, so we'll see what they want to try and go for as their last pick now.
Yeah, the tri-lane of AL is feeling rather weak. It could be a solo mid Nyx and an off-lane Prophet, but if it's a Phantom Lancer Nyx lane against Lifestealer Bane plus anything, they're going to have a hard time. And even if it's a Darkseer off-lane, which, like you said, we just don't expect it from Empire, but it's always an option, Darkseer does fine against those two. They don't have enough burst to bring him down. He can creep skip. They're both melee. They'll take a lot of damage from Ion Shell. So Empire really has... They've got the options in this laning stage, whereas AL, they're going to be the ones pretty much reacting to what Empire wants to do, and we'll see a Queen of Pain ban now.
Yeah, don't want to play against that AL, of course, but AL right now, like you said, they can, of course, run the Nyx Assassin in the mid, but, I mean, how well is it going to do since they haven't seen Empire's mid hero yet, and they're actually the first pick out of the second phase, so they're kind of gonna go for a support hero and then wait with their last mid hero before they actually pick to see what they want to go up against it. But like I said, though, Bane can be comboed up with a Lina for a very good burst, or even a Jakiro to get an extra stun, just having the Nightmare to set up the stun, and then Lifestealer just going in there with the open wounds and doing damage.
Yeah, we've seen cute combos like Marana. I don't imagine we'll see one this game. They could even go for a Gyrocopter if it's available. Empire loves to run multiple core heroes, 2 or even 3, and with Darkseer, Lifestealer, and Gyro, they would certainly have it. So the options are really there for them. We'll see what they go for, but the world is their oyster at this point, and I mean, if they want, they could even say the Darkseer mid. He does fine against anyone AL has, and pretty much anyone who could be picked at this point, aside from a lone Druid. That would be the one hero that gives Darkseer a lot of trouble in the laning stage, but not be banned or picked yet by other team. I'm not sure if AL actually run it, to be honest. I unfortunately have not gotten to watch many of their games, so this will be a learning experience for me, but let's see. What do you think we're going to see the rest of the way from the draft?
I don't know, actually, but it feels like they want to at least go for another support, most likely, since I believe Unicorn actually likes to play safe lane farmers, don't actually go for aggressive. And one thing I just started figuring out right now as well is that aren't they missing Miracle as well in the roster? Is Calculus a stand-in as well?
Hasn't he played with them in the past? I think he was last on DD though. Yeah, so he's probably a stand-in at this point. I don't actually know AL's latest roster. I'll try and check it now, but while we're doing that, we see a Chen ban as well as an Enchantress ban. So both teams removing the junglers. Both teams worried about that additional hero just and the creeps being too much for their respective tri-lanes to deal with. It's just funny to see Empire ban them because Well, you'd figure they would be the ones to pick one up, but we end up with no junglers. They want to be as aggressive as possible, and what are we going to see as these next few picks?
Yeah, a roaming Enchantress though could be quite scary to go up against, especially if you have a Nature's Prophet on the map that can TP in as well. And if they run the Nyx in the support role, they could always TP in with that as well. But I would be very surprised if they actually would have picked it up, even though Empire bans it out now, so they don't actually have to have that problem. But Empire, it feels like I wouldn't be surprised. AO is actually taking the Lesh. I was going to suggest either the Lesh or the Lina, so...
And then we'll see our Gyro. So pretty much proceeding as expected as far as the picks go. And you were right, they are missing Miguel as well as Miracle. And in fact, it is Pusher Street and Calculus both standing in. So it's not one stand-in, it's two. Granted, a lot of these players have experience playing with each other in the past and are fairly familiar with each other, but that's not the same as training together to whatever extent. Pretty much every European, North American player I talk to says, we don't really scrim anymore. We just play officials every day. So... I mean, still playing officials together is some form of training, and, well, they're not going to have that at their disposal with the full 5-man.
Well, of course, though, you can't really test stuff as much in officials.
That's true.
The real deal. You pretty much get to run with what you're used to, and if teams have figured it out, then it's going to be very hard for those few days you actually only play officials, because it's hard to mix stuff up unless you have a good plan that you've tested before, but it's hard to just test something new. But we should... I'm a bit interested to see what Absolute Legends want to go for right now. Maybe they want to risk and pick up a mid that might be countered by Empire's last pick. That'll either be a mid hero or a safe laner, since they can run the Darkseer in the mid as well. But they really gotta think a lot about who they want to run mid if they don't want to have the Nyx Assassin mid.
Yeah, I don't know who it's going to be if it's not the Nyx. I mean, he's not that strong in the tri-lane. That's the main issue. Nyx is a fantastic hero in clashes once he has levels, but at level 1, Impale's not that great. You even see a lot of players go for Mana Burn, and then I can't even count the number of times I've seen a player go for Mana Burn, his teammate gets caught out of position, and he doesn't have Impale to disengage, and they just die. So Nyx is a kind of a scary hero to run in a tri-lane, and they go Shadow Shaman, so it will be a mid Nyx. And now an even, I mean, dare I say it, even a weaker tri-lane. Shadow Shaman, Leshrac, Phantom Lancer, if they get the levels and they have perfect positioning, it will be fantastic later on. Their push power is enormous, but Empire, they smell blood in the water, and they're going to unleash an extra Piranha. This one, very big, very jacked, doing his bench presses, and I gotta say, I am worried about Absolute Legends. They're all squishy, aside from Nyx, who's got Carapace, I suppose, and this looks like it could just be a total feeding frenzy for Empire in the mid-game.
Yeah, the question is Absolute Legends actually going to manage to open up the room they need for Unicorn to farm? Because if Empire runs an aggressive tri-lane now, Absolute Legends, they got some good CC going their way with the Shadow Shaman as well as the Leshrac, but there's no real damage, so they just gotta back out. But on the side of Empire, they got the Nightmare set up into Gyrocopter, Flat Cannon, and then open wounds from a lifestealer. That's going to be a dead person if they get caught out of position.
That's putting it mildly. Yeah, very dead. And here's the other thing, is do they even win their 2 solo lanes? Like, the tri-lane doesn't look particularly good for them. They don't have Kodal. They have a very weak laning support in Shadow Shaman. And it's a Night Stalker mid versus a Nyx, which is not really that great of a matchup for Nyx. Night Stalker has the better HP, the better strength gain. He's got the better base damage, albeit it's not that much better, but it's 8 damage. That's pretty significant, and sure, you can Mana Burn him. He doesn't care. He'll just trade auto attacks with you. He can use Void to last hit creeps. You can't really spike Carapace of Void because the cast animation is very slight. You can try to, maybe you'll get it off once in a while, but it's not reliable, and then it's a Darkseer maybe versus a Prophet. So that's a matchup that Darkseer should do fine in as well. He can creep skip, he can dive the Prophet of the tower. I feel like AL could just lose all 3 of their lanes heavily, but we'll see. Maybe they have something prepared, maybe they're going to go for some smoke ganks, or maybe Empire will just get caught out of position. And it should be mentioned, Empire's been very inconsistent. I mean, I'm sure you guys have talked about that as well in the DreamHack Invitational. Some games, Vigas is on fire and playing like a monster and the legend that he is, and then other games, well, he's just overextending and getting picked off a lot.
Yeah, I really like the last pickup of the Night Stalker since they decided to go for another support. Night Stalker is one of those mid heroes that are super strong in the mid game, but they're not actually, or he's not actually that strong in the laning phase. If he goes up against any other mid hero, say a Queen of Pain or a Puck that was both banned out, he's gonna have trouble because he's not gonna have to farm with the Void. But now he can just stay in the lane and farm because, like you said, Nyx, he can Mana Burn him, but it doesn't really matter. He's still gonna farm. So
Wow.
that's going to help him into the mid game a lot more.
Yeah, and I mean, the Nyx Assassin isn't even going to be. He's also a support, so he's not even going mid. He's actually bought the Courier, Sentry Wards, and a Magic Stick. They want an aggressive tri-lane. They want a tri-lane versus Empire. Maybe they're thinking it'll be the Darkseer here. I can't imagine they want to go toe-to-toe with AL's tri-lane. It's actually going to be Shadow Shaman mid. Calculus has played it. He generally does play some sort of farming role. And Shadow Shaman, I think, will... Getting an early level 6 on him could be important, because the one thing about Night Stalker is, yes, he can go gank it at night, but he's not defending his tower while he's doing that, and the wards can bring it very low, if not kill it off. But they're going to delay the Nyx level 6, most likely. It's kind of risky to go this route, because if PL has a bad time, he ain't farming jack squat. The Prophet +1 will be there, but still, I mean, it's a +1 against tanky, very high damage heroes, and Lifestealer, Gyrocopter, and then Bane, who's got that defensive capability with Sleep. I'm not sure that AL could take this tri-lane, and are they even going to go for it? It looks like they're going to ditch it and just abandon the off-lane, and Empire not going aggressive, so... This I like a lot better. AL, they should be able to do decently mid. They're going to have a Prophet in the jungle who will get something. And then, well, are they really going to lose to a Darkseer when they have 3 heroes there? I think they'll do fine against Scandal with that many stuns.
Yeah, the good thing on Empire side, though, is that they got 2 supports that can roam quite well. I mean, having the Nightmare set up and then the Rocket Barrage from the Gyrocopter is going to be good. But this Shadow Shaman's got to make something happen, like something big happen. Because with Nyx, it's a lot easier. You have the Vendetta to just run around and set up kills, but with the Shadow Shaman, you pretty much gotta hit your ward trap spot on. Every time, either ward trap.
Here we go. The initiation, the sleep to start, the rocket barrage to follow. Look for the impale. He's got to catch really 2, or there could be a body block, or you just run the other way. But the Gyrocopter has the better base move speed. He just needs to get in range for another barrage. He's getting close. He'll go for the auto attacks. Oh, Bane gets fogged. Bane was looking for a Nightmare there. That would have spelled a kill. There will be an Impale thrown out, and now the other way. Here we go, the other direction. Pusher Street. Oh, it's the same move speed, but he's still in range of the barrage. He's dropping low. He is going to die. Oh my goodness, that's just Gyrocopter in the jungle. You cannot fight this hero there, and Empire get an easy first blood.
Yeah, you just can't fight him in close quarters. It's impossible to get away, and especially if you have the same movement speed. And his Rocket Barrage was just in range to hit there the second time.
Oh yeah, it was so close.
Yeah, but like I said, they got 2 good roaming supports, and you're gonna see a Nightmare setup on Calculus.
Yeah, the Void here, and that with that crappy armor, Calculus is food. Prophet will TP in. That's a 2-hero Impale. They don't have Sprout yet, though, so this looks to be... Well, there will be another Impale. There's no Salve. Actually, it looks like Vigas probably going to go down. He's dropping low. Just need to land that Impale. They'll secure a crucial kill on him. The Impale goes out. No! He's got too much armor! No, we'll finally go down. While that was happening, Silent able to escape, so... They get a kill. The Courier just a few seconds late delivering the bottle. It wasn't upgraded. Had they upgraded that Courier, I think he would have lived, but now they upgrade it. It's a bit too late, so I would actually say... I want to say miscommunication from Empire, but it looks like Goblack had already bought his boots, and Silent had already bought his bottle, so not really miscommunication, just really unfortunate timing that they bought those items right before they could have upgraded it.
Yeah. A bit sad for Vigos to go down, but they still managed to get Calculus, and I believe that Vigos would actually the one to get the kill, so that's always good, getting the kill on the other mid player. Even if you die a bit later, he managed to get his bottle up, because Calculus is going to be a bit further away. Oh no, he managed to get it before, but he's still suffering from a death and didn't get a kill himself.
And he's obviously the much easier hero to gank. He's Shadow Shaman. He's got low armor, he's got low strength, he's got horrible base move speed. What is it, 290? 285. It's really easy to run him down. Whereas Night Stalker can die, but it takes a whole lot more out of your team to go for him. They're looking at potentially just an offensive trailing bottom, or maybe even a dive. With the early boots on Gyro, they can look for some dives. They don't have detection, though. Or actually, sorry, they do. They have detect Sentry Wards on the Bane, so they could even go for the Phantom Lancer, potentially. Disconnect from our Darkseer. Scandal will have the pause, and, well, how are we looking up at the top lane right now? A lot of farm on Blow Your Brain.
Yeah, he's been able to get a lot before Mania actually moved up there, and now Rice moved up as well, so he's moving into the jungle a bit to farm, but he's still got 3 last hits more than Unicorn. Since Unicorn is fighting against the Darkseer with the Iron Shells, it's quite annoying to last hit, because it's always going to get pushed under your tower. He does have a Calling Blade, but without the shield, you gotta tank everything under your tower, and you're gonna take a lot of damage from that. So the lanes right now for Empire is going quite well, because like I said, mid lane, Night Stalker is still gonna get quite a lot. Even though it's not the Nyx he's going up against, the Shadow Shaman isn't something like a Queen of Pain that can just outlane him super hard. Because, I mean, he got his Ether Shock, but that's pretty much it.
He's actually doing better than I would expect. All that being said, Shadow Shaman is 11-2, but I fully agree with you. I think this is a lane the Night Stalker should get a lot more farm in, and I guess it was all that time he spent running. He had to run back into the lane. I don't think he had money for teleport scrolls. This was something being written. Dodge City? Okay. Someone's a dodger, apparently, but I think he should be doing a bit better this lane, but the thing is he's Night Stalker, so even if he does poorly, he gets boots, he gets a bottle, he goes ganky with Lifestealer and Gyro on the map. Vegas will probably find kills.
Yeah. And I wonder what...
You're reading the map as well, aren't you?
Yeah. They're writing dodge everywhere. Now someone's drawing a kitten.
Very, very cute. Although it's got... Oh, no. Oh, that's so wrong. That's just... Unicorn, you're a bad person. Please report Unicorn.
Yeah. Scandal's been having some problems with the internet, I believe, because he was the one that didn't load up the first time, so we've been having to wait for him, but yeah, should be in the game, and we're gonna get going again, hopefully no more hiccups.
Hopefully not. They're creep skippy right now. They want to go for a tower dive here with the Ion Shell. They're prepping for it as we speak. There will be Lance spam, just anything to discourage that dive, but it's coming. Ion Shell on one side. There's going to be a Silent on the other. He's going to drop a Sentry Ward out of range of the tower. Look for the sleep. He'll get the sleep off. The Barrage will follow this one up. No, removed by Pusher Street. Really well played. Now Godblack in a bit of trouble. Another disconnect. Another pause. And, of course, the tactical pause change is coming a bit into effect here. Since Empire are the ones pausing, they won't be able to select heroes or move cameras. At least assuming that that works. I haven't heard if it's been tested yet, but I imagine it does.
Yeah, it actually does. It's really annoying when your team pauses and you want to look around. It's very frustrating in pub games. But, yeah, so this looks quite bad, though, for Godblack. He'll most likely go down. They don't have Sprout, but if they can manage to hit the Impale, that's going to be a dead Gyrocopter, and that's really good turnaround since Pusher, like you said, he took that Nightmare off Unicorn, stopping him from getting killed.
Yeah, that was some clutch support play. Even a second or two later might have been too late. He needed to steal that immediately before they could get in range, and with the Prophet Teleport, well, they need to get a couple of kills here because Mania's not farming during this time, so he's slowing down a lot. Just driving Empire off, I would say something that Empire will be pretty happy with. Oh no. No, you're supposed to be able to move the screen.
Yeah, only the team that pauses gets that.
Anyway, it looks like we will be able to resume. So let's see. Is he going to die? The test now comes. The Impale is there. Yeah, very dead.
Yep, and that's a really good counter kill. And Silent actually might be in some trouble as well. No level 4 yet on Mania, so no Sprite.
Maybe a Triad block? No, not in range. Meanwhile, mid lane, Calculus taking some harass, and Vegas is now going to bully him. Oh, he's going to need some Prophet help, I think. He's going to get voided up. There is an Invis rune here. He'll get to it in time. Calculus will be okay. But I mean, it shows you how weak Shadow Shaman is, just as a hero. He's so hard to, like, it's just not a hero you can dominate the lane with. If that was a Queen of Pain, she's just, like, trashing the Night Stalker, but instead he's running, scurrying for his little life. He'll even go in now. They've rotated 3 in mid. They'll start with the Hex. They have the Shackle, and Vegas, with his characteristic aggression, is being used against him here. He will take a fall. Good movement from AL through the laning stage, and overall, you gotta say, I mean, just better movement than Empire. After the first block.
It's been really good, and really getting the Shadow Shaman some extra kills, or 1 extra kill right now, but just open it up so he can farm a bit more. Hit the level 6 before the Night Stalker hits the first night, which is very crucial, because if he can get another pickoff kill, Vegas is going to be quite crippled for the first night.
The thing is, all is not lost for Empire. Blow Your Brain has a Midas at 5 minutes in. It'll be coming out as soon as he gets... Or maybe he'll just buy it from the side shop. But yeah, he's got a 5-minute Midas. Mania, a bit under level because he spent so much time roaming. The top lane was pushed, but he didn't actually have a way to get up here. So he ran all the way up. He wanted to save teleport for the next potential die bottom. And as a result, he missed like 2 waves of experience, which would have put him easily at level 5 by this point. So that being said, Calculus having that decent start, something he really needs. And he'll have the ward soon. And that could be an opportunity. If they show up with Prophet, Trance, Leshrac, Edict, maybe they could go for a tier 1 mid.
Yeah, for sure. And Unicorn is actually keeping up quite well with Blow Your Brain. He's not too many last hits behind. He didn't go for a Midas, of course, so he's going to be falling behind a bit, but he's not too far behind, and he's getting quite a lot of last hits. He's actually pulling the wave from the tower, so he doesn't actually have to last hit under the tower, per se, but still getting a lot of farm on that Phantom Laser.
Oh no, there was actually a Radiant ping here, but I guess they weren't reacting in time. Spike Carapace will keep Goblack away for the moment, but the Rocket comes in. Is there mana for another barrage? He's got the stick charges. In comes the Wand's going the way of Ryze, and Ryze is going to live on barely any HP. They'll be forced to run. He's down to 57. He even wants to stick around for a little bit. I think it's time to go back to Fallon. He agrees? No, he's still here. Okay. I'm worried about, I guess, the Night Stalker gank, but Vigas not quite there.
Yeah, Vigas was there, but he just moved back into mid instead to be able to get some extra levels. Of course, managed to hit level 6 now. First Night is up, so he actually specs Darkness and he just uses it straight away, and which is a bit surprising. Calculus TP'd it into bottom lane and sacrificed getting that level 6 up. He just stood down there just waiting for the Night Stalker to come, but now he's level 6, so we'll see what he manages to do with his first ward.
Yeah, that's always so crucial with Shadow Shaman. It's not enough just to like use the wards to get kills. Generally, you want to use the wards every time you deploy them, get a tower, because when they're on cooldown, Shadow Shaman is just a very mediocre hero. He's got an okay nuke, he's got a channeling disable that can easily be cancelled. He's squishy, he's slow. He's not a hero like Shadow Demon who can just find kills all over the map by himself. So the first ward placement going to be essential. As we have yet another pause. The woes for Empire continue. An immediate unpause from them. We're back inside the game. Another apology. Hopefully things will settle down. I guess Russian internet really not cooperating today.
Yeah, or especially Scandals. Blow Your Brain still just farming up top. It's actually going for Mania right now. And this is the thing with Prophet. Just TP away from the Lifestealer. Even though the Lifestealer can stun you quite well and just force you to TP away, you just shouldn't die against him though.
You definitely shouldn't die. Scandal now pushing in that bottom lane. The tier 1's dropping low. It's going to be a... Remember, Prophet doesn't have his teleport ability. He is rushing a mech. He's almost got the headdress with the recipe now picked up. They'll be asleep as they work on this tower. They'll get the last hit. Well played by Silent. Very, very well played at that. Pusher Street does remove the sleep, but that's going to set him up for, a missplit Earth and then instant death. But even without it, I think he was going to go down. Meanwhile, mid lane, roster wards were deployed. The man up onto Calculus, who will take a fall, and Fest finishes him. Now onto Ryze, who has an Impale and a Carapace, but gets silenced. Can't use either. Will drop as well. I think he wanted to cast something, but just got silenced mid-cast, and they get the tier 1 bottom. They pressure mid. They force out the bad ward. Well, not bad ward usage, but just not what you want to use them for. He thought he could live there, wasn't able to, and everything looking good for Empire now.
Yeah, defensive wards is the last thing you want to use the wards for, unless it is defending a tower. You always want to try and use them as aggressive as possible, either going for a kill or for a tower, because otherwise you're pretty much wasting that cooldown, of course. But I believe Vigos actually managed to level up there and got the silence so they could stop the Spike Carapace in the middle of that fight, which was really nice for them.
Yeah, I mean, not having that, maybe it's something where Prophet TPs in and potentially turns the fight just by popping the Buckler, giving you some extra armor, or heck, even sprout you under tower, but not able to do so. We'll see some movement through the enemy jungle. All of it spotted out by AL, who look for the Hex. They'll start it with that. Silent just charges in, realizing he's dead, wants to sacrifice himself to make sure the rest of his team can escape. And now they have to know that there's a ward there, because that was just basically all of AL's supports and utility heroes just camping that hill.
Yeah, that was just instant reaction from AL as soon as he walked down, and quite obvious that there must be a ward there. So we'll see if they want to try and get some sentries out and de-ward it. Right now, no one's actually, or Silent actually did pick up some sentries right now, but he's not moving over there. He wants to ward up the Ancients instead, or maybe even ward up aggressively behind.
Or he just wants to be a boss and stroll around at level 3, like no cares in the world, now at top. This is confident play for a level 3 support, considering that if anyone catches him with follow-up, he's just going to die. Brain Sap isn't that good at level 2. I mean, it gives you some decent HP regen, or effective HP healing, but it's not enough to live through Chain Stun. So Shadow Shaman wards come off cooldown. What can they do with them this time? They haven't been too successful. Ryze is going to strut right in to a potential Nightmare, actually just getting it at max range, and now the rocket to fly. We'll see the barrage to follow, the mana from Lifestealer. You cannot Carapace your way out of this one. The rocket will hit, down will go, and straight onto Calculus potentially, but with the wards up, they won't dive too far, so they get yet another kill. And here comes Opa, here comes Vigas. They want some more action top, and this might be 2 more heroes dead. He's got a double damage rune. Oh my goodness, watch out, Vigas is coming. They're cutting them off. They're pincering them in. He'll come in with a Void. He voids one. He silences the other. And now he's just going to start clawing away at Pusher Street. Actually not going to dive that. I think they could have had that kill, but just plays it safe.
Yeah, better play it safe. Get a tier 1 tower instead. The creep wave is actually quite far away, but they might be able to finish off this tower anyways. And holy, Blow Your Brain is so farmed right now. He's up to 84 last hits. He got the Midas. He managed to finish off his armor as well at 11 minutes. So he's just super farmed with his Lifestealer.
Youch. This is going to hurt. With Lifestealer and as well as a Gyrocopter, just their natural damage the Gyrocopter can do, plus a Night Stalker, everyone on AL, it's what we talked about at the beginning of this draft, was their lineup squishy, and Empire have the kind of lineup that if they get any kind of a start, will just crush you in the mid-game, unless they horrendously overextend. And that's what we see now, is Empire having a decent start. Even the support, Gyrocopter up to 1,300 gold from the tower kills, just from the movement around the map. They'll have a mech on Scandal to fuel the aggression. I'm really feeling like AL is going to have to pull something remarkable out of the hat. And their lineup with the Prophet, the Shadow Shaman, the Leshrac, you really wanted to see them pushing those towers early, but they're always on the back foot, and it feels like it's just not going to change at this point, unless Empire really screws up.
Yeah, this is one of the problems with running the Shadow Shaman mid. Even though he had some good kills that he got on Vigos in mid, where Mania as well as Ryze roamed in, he's not actually been able to do anything with the wards right now. He's level 7, and Vigos is level 9 on his Night Stalker. And he's used ward once, and that was to defend himself in mid because he didn't want to die, but he still died. So he's really struggling right now, and Shadow Shaman falls off so easily if he doesn't get super or a lot of farm or a lot of kills.
Yeah, he's a hero that can, I mean, if you're having a good game with him and you have the right kind of lineup, you just keep, every time you drop your wards, you get a tower. That's the potential of the hero. It's why we used to see him picked a lot, even as a solo mid. Obviously, I think Sing Sing, one of the most notable solo mid, Shadow Shaman's back in his heyday, but Shadow Shaman, his heyday seems to have passed since then. They'll go on top. They have Vendetta up on the Nyx. They'll probably fight Silence here, although they'll have to start with the Impale. The Prophet Ult comes through, yeah. That's enough. They get him. It was a 3-hero smoke gank, though. Prophet Ult deployed, and now Empire says, we'll take mid. You can't stop us.
Yeah. And one of the problems I see with Shadow Shaman in this game as well is that usually you see Shadow Shamans go for a Blink to get that initiation, or maybe if they want to go for something more pushy, they can of course go for the Necro Book. But this game, it feels like a Blink could be good for initiation. But on the other hand, you don't really want to blink in on the team of Empire.
Yeah.
Because they got a Nyx that's gonna kill you, they got a Night Stalker that's gonna kill you, and if you blink in on the Gyro, he's gonna Rocket Barrage you. So you're gonna take a lot of damage if you actually blink in to them.
You better have fast fingers and you better have backup or you're dead. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. 2 smokes on Godlike. He really wants to find some more kills. It is daytime for the moment, but Night Stalker has his ultimate. And oh, by the way, Vigas, BKB not far off. So now we're looking at a max rage Lifestealer with an armlet and a BKB Night Stalker. And suddenly, a Blink Dagger won't do a whole lot for you. I don't know if maybe they could burst down one. They're not bursting down both. And the one who you don't burst down, probably killing your whole team.
Yeah, and the problem, or the good thing for Empire with going to BKB so early on Vigos is that as soon as you get a BKB on Night Stalker, you can pretty much roam around behind the team and just kill off supports, because Edict is going to be the big damage, unless they get a good ward trap, of course. So Edict is going to be the big damage going out of him, but it's still only level 1, so he'll survive a lot of that damage. So it's going to be hard for him.
Top lane, Mania will actually be on the run now, and oh yeah. Oh yeah. Suddenly, 5 heroes.
Empire right now is very, very strong.
And AO, they're going to need to turtle this one out for a while. To pull their way back in this game, the Phantom Lancer, he'll need a lot more than a Diffusal Blade. He's going to need a Diffusal, a Manta style, maybe a Vitality Booster. Then I think he'll start to be able to harass and annoy Empire. The one thing going their way in my opinion, Wetbass, is they haven't gotten tier 2s yet. That's something they'll really want to do as the second nighttime kicks off. And mid lane, the dive onto Vigas, but he's tanky. It's too far to dive him. Even they look to turn around. 3-hero vacuum. Vigas now throwing out a silent, throwing out a nuke. The sleep won't actually be there. Oh, it is on Pusher Street, but the TP's come out. Pusher Street sacrificing his life for the greater good, and now the chase is on. A surge on Vigas. There is a spike Carapace, but again, just not something you could easily Carapace that Void. Almost instant cast animation. Blink Dagger is up on Shadow Shaman, so he goes aggressive. It could work, but it could also just lead to him blinking in, like you said, dying instantly.
Yeah, it could backfire horrendously, and right now, Empire just wants to keep up the aggression, and I bet as soon as the second night comes, with the BKB onto Vigos on his Night Stalker, they're just gonna go for a base push. Maybe go for a Roche to get the Aegis up before, but just with the second night, they're gonna make something big happen.
Yeah, the way that Empire wants to play this is basically just blow up Absolute Legends as soon as that BKB and second nighttime is up. Just charge them, just force one mistake, and then kill everyone while they're trying to retreat, which is exactly what their lineup is built to do. So maybe we'll see a gem to kind of kill that, to just hunt the Phantom Lancer, get some additional map control up. Lifestealer now getting close to, it could be a Desolator, could be a Basher, and Orchid wouldn't be bad either this game. Whatever he wants, he'll have it soon. And well, there you go, the Blink Hex, they're gonna find Silent. There will be the Edict, it's only level 1, they need the Split Earth as well. He won't get off the heal, he's dropping fast. He will get off the heal, finally, he'll now sleep himself, he's gonna die. But it takes everything just to bring down the Bane, the 4 position. They do get the tier 1 top.
The Bane is very tanky right now, he's level 7 actually. So
with 2 bracers, yeah, very tanky.
He's been getting so much, and even power threads up on the Gyrocopter is the other support, so Gyro is actually doing some damage with his Flak Cannon in fights, but right now it feels like they're trying to look for something, but they don't really want to risk anything before the second night. They'll just farm it up, try and get another core item up on Blow Your Brain on the Lifesteal. He's actually picked up 1 Mithril Hammer, so most likely going for the Desolator. Maybe go for a Roche, and then as soon as second night hit, you just go for either full-on aggression and just gank as much as you can, go for all the tier 2 towers, or maybe even go for base.
Lifestealer lumbering towards top lane. He's close to that second Mithril Hammer. The Deso coming soon. Once we see the Deso, Empire should really go Roche immediately and then look for those tier 2s like you were talking about. They do need to get them because although it looks good for Empire right now, if this goes late enough, I mean, their lineup has multiple cores. It's not that they can't take it late, but that's not your bread and butter. That's not your comfort zone. Your lineup will be at its strongest relative to AL strength sometime in the next 5 to 10 minutes. After that, you could still win, but it gets harder and harder based on hero composition. Ryze is going to come in mid, looking for Godblack. They're going to find another pickoff. This has kind of been a problem for Empire lately. I saw it in some of their GD DreamHack Invitational matches. We're seeing it again here, where sometimes they're just kind of sitting by themselves, getting picked off, and well, they're starting to let AL back into this game.
Yeah, they move. They don't really move too much together. When the other team actually moves together, they feel they're a bit stronger than they actually are. And I believe the Darkness was actually used by Vigos as well, but yeah, he didn't really gank with it. He might have been trying to look for a kill down in bottom, but I missed it, so
yeah, if they didn't have Dust, maybe they thought they could just get the silence off and then kill the Phantom Lancer, but wasn't the case. And well, he has Diffusal now, so you can't just rely on Dust. They might, again, that gem's something I think they're really going to want. Mania up to 2,400 gold, starting to acquire some farm of his own. And the more this drags on, the better and better it will look for Empire. That being said, Desolator is on the way. Roche is coming. And I think we're going to see them with some renewed vigor after this, just going for that next round of fights. And if they do it as a team, I still favor them, barring an incredible 4 or 5 hero impale or something like that.
I'm actually a bit surprised to see that Vigos isn't going for Aghanim's. Or at least picking up the point booster. He might have just gone for the point booster for the extra damage, or the extra HP of course, and the mana to be able to get his nuke out a lot more, and then might go into the BKB once again, because he almost got a BKB finish still, even though he picked up that point booster. And he's actually going to finish off the Aghanims, which is a bit surprising to me, to be honest.
Yeah, he is going to complete the Aghs. It's great for map control, but AL has a Prophet, and to some extent, it doesn't matter if you can see anything around you. If he's across the map, he's not really around you. So the Aghanims may not help you too much against him. It could be great for hunting the Phantom Lancer. I guess it gives them the potential to kind of starve AL, take it late game, and I imagine that's what they're thinking is, we don't want to have to force this too much. We don't want to lose a big fight at their base and suddenly give a lot of space to that PL. Instead, will play sort of the safer route, and the Ags, and if you're playing that defensive style, I guess, is the safer route, because you can deward, you can map control a bit better. But the concern is, well, he's going to be a lot less useful in the fights. With a BKB, there's nothing AL can do against him. With the Ags, there are some things.
Yeah, with the BKB, you can just run around in the background and kill off the supports, but they're picking up the gem right now, so they're just going to go for full-out map control and see if they can get openings.
I don't think it's a bad style. It's just, it's a different style, basically, and it's one that, if it's not executed properly, they won't really have a way to break the base. They do need, I feel, 2 BKBs or a lot of kills, and maybe they'll get a lot of kills with the Ags. Mania's about to be spotted out by that Night Stalker. He's already seen... Oh no, he's already spotted, and they're going to find that first kill. It comes from the Ags, it comes from the Void, and it comes with a flourish. Easy kill claimed, but the push coming top, so they may have to back.
Yeah, that's a really good pickup though, but they might be able to get the tier 2 and back off, because wards are still down on Calculus. Mania is keeping up though, so he's gonna have the treants to help push him out, but they might just stay at the tier 2.
They've got an infested Night Stalker coming, and this could be big trouble for AL. They'll pop out, he'll go on Rise, they want to get 2 here. Calculus, he'll be next in line. Instant double kill. The Aghanims, fantastic for counter ganking, of course, as there's no hiding of any kind, and just not so. AL just wasn't banking on that. They didn't see the infest, they didn't know it was coming, and they paid.
Yeah. Unicorn, though, getting tier 1 tower in bottom lane, but still, losing 2 heroes is quite bad at this point, especially when the Knight is going on, because that just opens up so much more room for the Night Stalker to roam around and see if he can get kills.
And now it's Unicorn's turn. Yeah. Oh, God. This is... I mean, so when Empire's on their game, they are so on their game. And when they're not, sometimes it's kind of frustrating if you're a fan of the team, but they're on right now. They had a little blip in the radar with a couple of sloppy deaths, and no more slop from them. At least not going to be easy for AL to find kills. And killing the PL, obviously that's crucial. He just bought Yasha, but he's still squishy. He's still very killable, and PL is just not a hero that takes the fight head on. He's always going to be the kind of hero that sits back, chips away at you, draws the fight out. If he's forced to fight directly, there are so many heroes that can beat him at this point in the game. Night Stalker, Lifestealer can all easily deal with him, and oh, by the way, they're about to have an Assault Cuirass Lifestealer on top of that.
Yeah, they're just going for a heavy base push right now with Vesso as well as the Assault Cuirass. Just going for heavy minus armor, and really, they're gonna force AL to fight right now because they're very strong if they want to fight. Gyrocopter almost hitting level 11. He's level 10 now, but he's still got the Flak Cannon level 4 as well as the Rocket Barrage level 4. And they're just going for the base straight away.
And the Assault Cuirass not up yet, but it's actually just needs the Hyperstun. So very, very close. We'll see a Rage. We'll see a charge in. Rise will not get that stun from the Carapace, and now an easy kill. Two shots will almost kill Pusher Street here. They won't go for the second one. Scandal threw out a vacuum. The wards deployed defensively. That may force Empire back for the moment. But they get worried out these wards. Maybe look to go back in. Assault Cuirass getting closer and closer. Just needs a Midas usage. Maybe a tower kill. Meanwhile, the base being breached by Mania, but he doesn't have his Lothars yet. He's not going to kill it that quickly, but he is starting to chip away at it. And I think AL's saying, just stall, just wait. We can do it. We're getting close. Pusher Street, he'll melt in 2 hits. And now onto Unicorn, who's on the run. They won't get him, but they deploy the wall. They get some more. Mania from the low ground, chipping away at this tower. He's missing some of his auto attacks, and I just don't think it's going to be fast enough.
Yeah, Aegis is still up on Blow Your Brain, actually, and he's got enough to finish off the Assault Cuirass right now, and he's just gonna go for the rack since he's still got Aegis. Might just go for Calculus and get a kill, but Calculus blinking out, and Unicorn trying to do some damage to Scandal, but Rack's most likely gonna go down.
Rise actually missing his Impale here on the Lifestealer. Tower now denied top. Vigas did TP home. He wisely used his Void as well as his Silence at opportune times to ensure there was no escape, and now we see a Fiend Script. It will be cancelled in short order by an Impale, but Blow Your Brain charges in, looks to slice and dice, and he's just clawing at their faces. But the Illusions driving him back, the Ether Shock spam driving him back. They don't have Vigas here, and it cost them. It cost them 2 deaths. It may cost them more. They're getting Phantom Lancer. Can Blow Your Brain turn this around by himself? He'll kill Calculus. He really wants more. He'll take the 1 kill. He'll back off. They didn't actually get Rax. If they had Vigas there, that's probably AL getting wiped. Instead, AL defend to get a bunch of kills.
Yeah, but still, in the end, though, only 3 heroes in total, I believe, going down for... Or maybe Vigos went down. Actually, I missed it. But still, 3 heroes going down, and AO respawned and died again with 3 heroes. So still quite a good trade for Empire, just getting a lot of kills. But like you said, Rax still standing for AO, which is a good thing for them since they can still try and split push the top lane.
Did the Phantom Lancer actually die there? Yeah, I guess. Oh, one. No, he died earlier, so at least he lived. He's got 2,000 gold. I mean, that's the hero that you don't want to die. But yeah, like you said, it's just a huge trade. And now they have AC on Blow Your Brain. I think wait for the next Roche if you want to play it safe. Then you could go end the game. Or you could even just try now. BKB's probably not that far off on Vegas. Goes back for power treads after completing his rushed Aghanims. Now he'll go for a BKB. And if they don't go Rax, then at least go for the tier 2s. It looks like that's the plan. And Blow Your Brain is going to shoot through these. Also, almost as a basher. That's a lifestealer that's 8k net worth. Actually, 7.5k net worth ahead of the enemy Phantom Lancer. That's pretty filthy.
It's quite a lot at this point, especially since you're counting on Phantom Lancer to be your late game carry. And if you look at the net worth below him, it's actually a Night Stalker only 2k away from the Phantom Lancer. So it will be tough. It will be very tough for AO, but they're just going for full split push right now, but it might cost them the bottom
They've
Rax.
got creeps in the base, the Rax are exposed, it's just an easy Rax to be claimed, there's nothing standing between them, no tower, no backdoor protection, Rax will fall. They can even go back towards mid, and trading tier 2s for 2 lanes of Rax is not going to be a good trade. There's no glyph. AO have to return to this soon. Blow Your Brain, not even going to be stunned. He will pop his rage just to hit the tower a bit faster. They're breaching bottom lane. They're breaching top lane. The wards will be deployed. They may get 1 lane of Rax, but they may give up 2 or even 3. Nice dodging there. They want to dodge every single split earth. The backdoor protection kicks in. They will be forced back for a moment at least. And now they're actually going to back. The wards are chipping away at top lane. Haven't really taken anything down yet. The creeps are focusing on the range Rax while Blow Your Brain TP's in. Gets all the wards. Now they can probably go Roche. He'll have his Abyssal soon. And they didn't actually lose Rax, so I would say still in pretty good position, but we will see. Scandal on the way out. In comes Goblak, a nice Fiend script from the high ground to low ground. They're catching out Mania. Here comes your call down. This is just the support Gyro doing work. Phantom Lancer is here. Probably will turn the fight around. Lifestealer not in position yet to help out. Scandal on the run. Buyback from the Prophet. Smoke deployed so they can all run away a bit faster. And here comes Vegas. Look at what he sees. It's absolutely everything. Prophet will TP top. Mania. He just bought back. He's looking to push this lane out. Roche is coming soon. I think it's still a good position for Empire, despite some kills going AO's way. They're just very expensive kills.
Yeah, and Mania's gonna be really careful up in top right now. His could be a very bad position. If Vegas actually rotates up for him, if he doesn't TP out, if he dies again, he's gonna be down for quite some time, especially when he bought back already.
Yeah, and he's a pretty high level too, as he's had a Midas. Level 12 isn't incredibly high, but I mean, it's high enough that you'll be dead for, what, a good, like, 30, 40 seconds or so, and that's more than enough time to just get Rax if the creeps are anywhere near the base.
Like you mentioned earlier, almost BKB done on Vegas if he actually wants to get it. He's missing about 800 gold, so not too far away, which is gonna be able to ensure that he can just run straight past everybody and just kill the supports he wants to kill. Probably go for the Leshrac, since Blow Your Brain has gone for the Nyx Assassin pretty much every time.
Blow Your Brain has almost 10 CS a minute on Lifestealer, and he's fighting all game. He's 11-0-2, it's 28 minutes in, 250 CS. He is blowing my brain with his farming efficiency this game. And now they're going to go top. The Shadow Shaman needs to blink into the trees, needs to TP out. Calculus just hoping that nobody's going to come for him. The vacuum won't be here. If it caught him, he was dead. That would have done the damage, would have disabled his blink. He's just waiting and lurking for a backstep. I have no idea what his plan is. His team is nowhere near this. I don't know. Maybe he's just going to try and go backstep the Rax? I guess that's the plan, but...
Could be, or he's just waiting for them to start killing off the creeps and make sure that the backdoor protection goes on again. But... it's a bit of a weird play. I mean, Empire actually going back to mid and just might push down there instead, waiting for Roche most likely. It's up already, so they'll probably go for Roche and then just try and finish this game in mid lane.
And they have minus 11 armor for that Roche. It will drop very, very quickly. Assault Cuirass, Desolator, easy Roche. Aghanim's actually complete with Godlike. This is when you know you're just a little bit ahead. When Gyrocopter has an Ags, this is the counter to Nature's Prophet. The perfect way to do it. Just globally push those lanes out, do tons of damage, delay the split push, ensure that this time when you go high ground, you're not even trading. AL are going to have a hard time pushing, because the Gyrocopter Aghanims has one of the lowest cooldowns in the game. It's actually lower than Prophet's ult, and thus very, very difficult to push out against.
Yeah, and harder to ask actually being picked up by Blow Your Brain right now, so he can just have the armament on all the time if he wants to now with the heart picked up. And he's gonna be hard to bring down. Scandal actually getting the Aegis from this Roche, but it's not bad for him to have it because that's just gonna ensure him getting the vacuum wall out. Because if the Nyx Assassin mana burns him, he can just go in, die, and then get the wall combo out afterwards.
I'm honestly incredibly impressed that Ale hasn't already lost. Just look at the items on Empire. They've got Axe on Gyro and Night Stalker, BKB coming out for the Night Stalker, whenever he wants to buy it. Lifestealer with Assault, Caress, Heart, Deso, Armlet at 30 minutes. Even the Darkseer, Pipe, Mech, the, 4 staff up on your Bane, everything you could ever need, and they're going to bring this Rax down just during Rage. The Glyph is here. It will be used. The Splitter won't hit. And even with a heart, I don't know if they can kill him. Like, chain stun or not. I think he may just live, infest, and turn the fight around.
Yeah, I mean, he's so tanky right now. Calco is actually thinking in.
There's your phase boots. That's an easy pick off. And now the chase is on. The vac is there. Catches a few. Phantom Lancer illusions must be dealt with. The wall not really doing a whole lot after that initial vacuum. But Silent confidently strutting up on high ground. Could go for a Fiend's Grip here on Yudi. Vigas dives in. Looks to go Mania. I think just take your third lane of Rax. You don't have to force this fight. But they're thinking about it. We might see a Purge here on Vigas. Just to remove that haste turn. Nope. Actually asleep on Unicorn, who's now being Fiend's Grip. Who will now die very, very quickly. Mania to fall. Unicorn next in line. That's going to be 3 heroes dead. And crucially the Phantom Lancer will buy back. A diving the Fountain. Backing off. Never purged the Night Stalker. He's still hasted. He will be purged now. He'll be 4 staffed away. He'll be surged back. And in the end, the purge won't amount to too much. They're chasing. They're chasing. Blow Your Brain has rage. No mana for it. The only thing that's keeping Ale in this fight is the fact that he doesn't have rage mana. And slowly but surely, Uni tried to drive him off, but this Gyro ult will say no to that. Scandal blinks in. Looks to go. He'll actually get picked off in the middle of that. Didn't blink it, rather. Just got caught out. The blink coming from the Shadow Shaman, I believe. And now the chase going the other way. Back in. Ghost Scepter up, but a Brain Sap here, or Sleep, should be enough. There's your Void. Mega kill. And I think at long, long last, Empire have broken the back of Absolute Legends. They put up a hell of a fight, Wepis, but they're way too far behind.
Yeah, just every lane is pushing in right now, so they can't even split push properly with the Nature's Prophet. Goldblack's TP actually getting stopped by Calculus, but they might want to try and go in and get another kill, but just overall, superb play by Empire.
They're just throning it. Like, they're just going straight for the throne. Honestly, I gotta say, I mean, Ale's draft, you could sort of see the reason behind each of the individual picks, but the overall composition just didn't cut it for me against Empire. Their lanes were just too weak. You know Empire loves to aggressive tri-lane. You know that their solos are generally pretty dominant. They pick strong solos, and there was just nothing to shut them down as Blow Your Brain just one after another, after another. It's 4 heroes dead. It's gonna be thrown, and this is gonna be game. I just think they gave Empire too many comfort heroes, and they didn't pick heroes who can really deal with the aggression in the laning stage. And if you don't win the laning stage versus Empire, the game is generally very difficult later on.
Yeah, and the plan from Empire as well, just waiting with the last pickup. That Night Stalker last was really good since they went for the Shadow Shaman, because whatever hero you would have played against in mid, either the Shadow Shaman or the Nyx, he would have done good enough against against those heroes instead of like a Queen of Pain that they banned out. So it was very, very good draft by Empire as well, and just overall super good play.
Completely agree with you there. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for this game. We're not done yet, though. We're in the We Play Dota 2 League group stages. It's going to be IC Cup versus Absolute Legends, your loser bracket round 1 match, coming up right after this. Wepis, you got to run, but before you go, any shout-outs, anything you want to plug?
Well, shout out to everybody at the studio, of course. If you want to tune in for some full Steam, we got it tonight over at twitch.tv/thegoodstudio. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/wepis_. That's it, I guess. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on, man. It's always a pleasure, and I hope you'll have a great time tonight. You'll be back tomorrow with the DreamHack Invitational, but that will be taking a break for today. Thank you again for joining me, Wepis. Guys, stay tuned. We have more action coming up after this. We Play Dota 2 League Group C. Well, it's IC Cup or AL. They will be one of the first 2 teams eliminated. Who's it going to be? We find out next.